This video is narrated by several women who worked on the Head Wrap Diaries. First you will hear Vicky Igbokwe, creative director, choreographer and co-writer. Vicky's voice comes back throughout the video. She's a black woman with a caramel complexion, high cheekbones and a big smile. At the start, her voice is voiceover and after a few words she appears on screen. Later on, around 1 minute in, you hear Ingrid McKinnon, rehearsal director, talk about female empowerment. She is a black woman with shoulder-length hair and wears a blue t-shirt and pearl earrings. After this, around 1 minute and 30 seconds, you hear performer and stylist Jodie Simone Howe, first on stage and then speaking to us about going through different hair stages. She is a black woman with a nose ring, gold dangly earrings, and wears a black head wrap with a butterfly pinned on and a blue and orange patterned bomber jacket. Straight after her, you hear co-writer Bola Agbaje, adding her thoughts on the subject. She's a black woman with shoulder-length black hair and wears a brown fedora hat and a black jacket with padded shoulders. When the piano starts 2 minutes in, you hear Chanel Clemenson, performer and creative collaborator, talk about her afro hair. She's a black woman with a shaved head and wears black tank top and a large black, red and grey head wrap with a swirls and lines pattern. When the percussive music starts again, you hear Vicky, followed by Habibat Ajayi, performer and creative collaborator, who talks about having relaxed hair. She's a black woman with almond-shaped eyes, with short braided hair tied back, and wears diamond stud earrings and a red head wrap with a yellow and blue pattern. Sichofe Atta, also known as Sheila, is a performer and creative collaborator, and she comes in towards the end to talk about celebrating who you are. She's an African-British female and wears a nose ring, yellow dangly earrings, a fuzzy white top, and has adorned her hair with a tall red and yellow head wrap. The stage is lit with warm dimmed lights and the atmosphere is intimate. Head wraps can always be seen in the space, either on the floor or lying gracefully on chairs in the background or worn by the performers. In the background, on the wall, there is a large circular sign with cursive purple letters that read, "Beautiful." Each syllable is a separate word and the second one is written with the letter U. To the left of the writing is an outline of a black woman's face. The performers are dressed at times all in black and at others they wear different patterned colourful outfits. Chanel's head wrap is black with hints of red and has a red circle in the centre. It's wrapped tightly and tied above her head. Habibat's is predominantly red with black and yellow triangles. It's twisted and tied around the top of her head. When she plays herself as a child, her head wrap is pastel green and floats behind her, and Sichofe's is striped red and mustard. It looks a little looser and is tied at the front in a bow. The Uchenna way of moving is informed by whacking, house, vogue and West African dance. They are all full body styles that enable people to see the music that you hear. The body moves together with the beat. Whacking involves mainly the arms, which moves as if whacking or hitting things away. House is a street and club dance style that involves creating shapes and patterns by throwing and sliding your feet and legs mainly, with the rest of the body following. Vogue involves placing, framing and presenting with the arms and hands and using the torso. West African dance is a polyrhythmic dance style, which means the upper and lower body dance to their own separate rhythms. The result of the different parts coming together creates something that is grounding and always connected to the floor. These different styles are brought together through some contemporary dance elements which add fluidity and expressiveness to the mix. Shots of Sichofe bent towards the floor, tying a red and yellow head wrap around her head.
I am sick and tired of the constant debates around hair that I just find don't uplift us as women. Tonight's private sharing of our new production called The Head Wrap Diaries. I want to really just get a sense of what you see from the work, but all I do want to say is this is not a finished production that you're watching.
Head wraps lie in a patchwork on the stage and they are swept away by the women. Shots of the three performers looking into the camera with pride. They hold their head wrap behind their head, then bring it over their face solemnly. A triptych of the three women with their head wrap now set on their head. A title appears and we zoom in and out of it rhythmically, The Head Wrap Diaries. Sequences of dance movement.
The reason why I wear my hair like this is because I think it's good.
When
she approached me about the work and her thoughts on the work, it was really coming from a place of female empowerment and beauty and questions of where we fit in as women, our hair, the journeys that we take. It kind of was a ball of ideas, and it somehow formulated into this one concept of womanhood, fierceness, love, and respect for self.
We are all beautiful, irrespective of our hair. So be you.
Most black women, most women in general, go through different stages of life with their hair.
I've experienced everything that you're gonna see on stage. You know, as a black woman who has gone through many, many different hair stages, who's constantly going through different hair stages, it's a story that resonates with me and resonates with loads of people that I know.
Habibat twirls onto the floor, her head wrap floating with her.
I think this piece has really touched upon almost every sort of journey you can go through as a girl to a woman.
I've had electric blue braids down to my knees.
I used to have a sort of like afro sort of do.
Dreadlocks and then big chopping again and then growing another set of dreadlocks.
I've had, curly perms, weaves.
I used to have hair extensions. They were purple and black. I had my gothic stage.
Habibat stands bending backwards, waving sharply and then softly.
For me, it's about bringing some positivity to this topic around hair and beauty, but also just encouraging women and men to appreciate the differences that, that us as women share.
When it comes to the theme and me, there's so much connection in the sense that when I've had relaxed hair, I had a moment where I would play around in my hair and make it move with the wind, and when my hair was at a point where it needed to get relaxed, I would hate to show it because I felt like it didn't have that bounce.
She takes off her head wrap and rests her face into it.
Hi, my name is Ria, and I'm 10 years old.
Ria!
As a young girl, having my mum do my hair and using like the tiniest combs to comb my afro. My mum is gonna comb my hair with extensions from here. Ow. It hurt, but it wasn't something that I felt abused. I just felt like I didn't like this process of getting the beautiful hair, but I liked having the beautiful hair.
We're constantly told who we should be and what we should be, and people are always trying to put us into different boxes. And I think that this piece doesn't do that. This piece goes, here are some stories, here are some characters, and this is what they go through, and take it as face value. We're celebrating women here. We are showing you the truth about what it's like to be a black woman. We're not telling you how you should be as a black woman. This piece is going, here are black women, here are their hair stories, here is a hair journey, and take it for what it is.
It's just about celebrating who you are as a woman and understanding that there is nothing wrong with who you are. That you don't need to shy away from your differences, embrace your differences, and use your difference to make a difference.
I see it being seen across the nation. I think it should be seen across the nation. It's not just a black story, and I don't think it should be pigeonholed into any sort of category like that. I think it's a story for all people, and I think that I see this production being far-reaching and wide.
The performers stand together, smiling brightly, and bow for the audience. They applaud and leave our screen. Title and red on black screen, zooming in and out rhythmically. The Head Wrap Diaries, coming soon to a theatre near you. Credits written in white on a red background. Uchenna Dance presents The Head Wrap Diaries, starring Sichofe Atta, Chanel Clemenson, Habibat Ajayi. Dramaturg Funmi Adewole. Scenographer Raja Shakiri. Lighting Salvatore Scollo. Rehearsal director Ingrid McKinnon. Music by Kweku Acht and Bobby Gardner. Stylist Jodie Simone Howe. Producer Grace Okereke. Written by Bola Agbaje. Directed by Vicky Igbokwe. This research and development phase was supported by Arts Council England, The Place, The Albany and Central's St Martin's. Arts Council England logo. Video produced by Movement in Media for Uchenna Dance.